Are you looking for someone? Are you lost and confused about which way to go, which reflection to use? You're in Land of...
I am.
I am. This is Katie Mulally. You are here to discuss your books.
Yep.
This is your latest one, Land of I Am.
Yes, exactly. Came out a year ago.
But you also have a few more on your resume. Land of And, as well as Land of Or. What is the backgrounds of these books, and where did you get the idea to come out with these children's books?
So each land is a different life lesson, but they're cleverly disguised with fun Sioux-style rhymes and my illustrator's amazing drawings. And I had the idea about 4.5 years ago to create mindfulness tools, and I was originally thinking about doing it for adults. But I also, so that's on one side of my head. On the other side of my head, I had these names: Land of And, Land of Or, Land of Yes, Land of No. And I didn't know what I was going to do with them, and fortunately one day they collided. And here's the manifestation
and
of
this is
that
the final
happy accident.
What is great about your books is that it's not just one and done. You don't just read the books and call it a day. This is a discussion piece, and you're heavily involved in them. Your children and parents
yes.
can combine and do this together.
Well, I see so many books out there that are just specifically for kids, but I think as adults we learn so much through children's books. Pixar movies are a perfect example. You can't leave one without crying and being affected by it. And so with my books, I wanted them to be tools, stories, messages for young ones and old ones and readers of all ages, because these messages that we're sharing apply across the board. And so not only is it, like you said, is it a story,
I'm going to display this,
but we have a map in the back of each of our books, and the map, place names, the places of your journey that you've been, and our website has a travel guide that follows each map. So again, it's not just a story that you read. With the travel guide, with the other resources we provide, there's ways to keep the conversation going, whether it's within your own head, with your kids, with each other as adults. So it's more than just a story, it's a tool.
These children's books would make a great Christmas gift. I'm
yes,
just going to plug it for you. Where
yes,
can people purchase them?
So here in town, they're at Dolly's, of course, and they're always a great supporter. And then Atticus Tea and Coffee House on Lower Main Street. They also sell a ton of my books. If you find yourself out in the Camas Valley on your way up to the Uintas, the Samick Smokehouse has them. And they've been another great supporter.
How did you get into writing children's book? Because you've been on a long journey to get to this place.
I've been here many times talking about bird flu or vaccines or West Nile virus in my previous life in the health department. And it was almost exactly 4 years ago I took a class on how to self-publish. Just wanted to know more about the industry, what it entails, and went into that class thinking of a different book. Nothing related to this at all. Came out and I went, okay, I'm terrified, but I'm inspired and I can do it. And from that point forward, I said, all right, I'm going to make this work. And it's been a long journey, and it's not easy, but it's fun, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, because whatever age it is that you find what it is you're supposed to do, everything changes, and you start on this trajectory that no matter how much time you spend working, it doesn't matter, because that's your purpose.
And now you finally found.
And now I finally found it.
Where do you get your ideas from, especially the poem aspect of things? Is this something that's just like always constantly going through your head and you're writing things down? I always get my best idea in the middle of the night, right? You're just writing things down on your phone or a notepad beside your bed.
Mm-hmm. I get them, especially when I start to ramp up for a book. So right now we are starting on book 4, and it's all about being present. And the muses are starting to, chitter and chatter at me. So I'll be in the shower, like, really, right now? All right.
Someone talking to you right now in your head.
They're talking to me, and if I don't stop, dry off, and record it on my phone, I lose it. Or I'm hiking, or I'm biking, or skiing. So I keep my phone with me at all times. And I just find that the more you start to think about the story, the more you start to think about the creative process, the more it starts to form in your head. And like I said, I had started a previous story on how to be patient, and nothing was coming. It's not that story's time. And once you switch gears into the right story, it's an overload, not an overload, a lot of great ideas.
Now you're sharing your passion and your journey
Yes.
with others to help them perhaps publish their own books.
Exactly. So last year I taught a class at the University of Utah through lifelong learning called How to Self-Publish Your Children's Book. And I did it again this year through the Compass at Park City High. I'll be doing it in March at Park City High and then again in February in Salt Lake. And I turned that into a book. So it's doable. I wanted to turn that class and that book into a warning/guide. So to really let people know the challenges, but the joys. Because there's a lot that goes into it, but it's worth it.
What's the name of the next book? Have you have a title yet?
I do. It's called Land of Now.
Land of Now. Well, it's fitting. Goes
Exactly.
with the theme.
Every book is a different land.
When should we be looking out for that one?
We're hoping to have it done by summer, May. You know, and the great thing about working with my illustrator is that when I first did Land of War, I brought Toby in after I'd had the writing done. He was who I always wanted, and he finally was able to work with me with Land of I Am, and now with Land of Now. We're able to create at the same time. I can give him ideas, visions, outlines, and he can start the process. Instead of waiting for me to be finished with the writing, we can finish almost simultaneously.
And the illustrations
He's
in here
amazing.
are fabulous.
He's amazing.
They're beautiful. Well, in a children's book, you got to go hand in hand.
Look at this.
It's
I'm
a
sorry. I'm
teamwork.
gonna jump in at this
no,
one.
absolutely.
That's my favorite illustration
So
of the entire
colorful.
book. All those great characters.
You almost want to just hang it up on your wall. It's that stunning.
Well, we do have posters. And one thing we
Solution.
have in every one of our books is a yabbit. Well, yabbit, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, but. So watch out for the yabbits.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
it
you
was
so
wonderful to
nice
meet
meeting you.
Yeah, and congratulations on all your success. And
Thanks.
It's wonderful that you're sharing your journey with others and
Thank you.
inspiring others to pursue the same path. Shall I read People to Break? Is that a good idea?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Inclusion can reach beyond just this beach and rub off to those who now see. That and isn't scary. In fact, it's quite very a marvelous, fun way to be.
Lovely.
We'll be right back on the Mountain Morning Show.